What's up, guys? So today I'm going to discuss whether or not the ultimate state in Dragon Ball is a transformation. Now, this has always been a hot topic amongst the fandom, but I just wanted to weigh in and sort of give my 2 cents based on the evidence that I have. The ultimate state has always been a form that plays on Gohan's character traits specifically, and I'm going to expand on just how that is the case here. So, whenever Gohan first attained the ultimate state, the old Kai stated that the god that sealed him in the Z-Sword, which we now know is Beerus, was afraid of him due to his ability to bring beings' potential beyond their normal capabilities, which is something that a lot of people overlook about the old Kai, is the fact that he has the ability to bring people beyond their normal capabilities rather than unlocking all of their latent potential. He actually brings them beyond their latent potential, which is something a lot of people get confused about when it comes to the old Kai and what exactly he did with Gohan. Now, as the old Kai was doing the ritual on Gohan, Gohan actually ends up getting impatient and he gets upset. And when he gets upset, he gets angry, and all of this latent power that he wasn't expecting to leak out started to leak out. Now, what does this tell us? Why is it that Gohan's anger is the reason that he leaked so much power in this scene in Dragon Ball Z? Well, it is because, again, this form is catered specifically to Gohan, and I'm going to explain how. So, essentially, the idea is, after the ritual is over, Gohan asks how he can tap into this power. And the old Kai tells him to fire it up just like Super Saiyan. Now, that's a very vague answer, and it has major implications in terms of what the old Kai knows about Super Saiyan. This tells us that the old Kai knows exactly what the Super Saiyan transformation is fueled by, and that is rage. What's happening here is Gohan is using the same thing that he has always used in the series in terms of tapping into his latent power, but he's doing it at will. You can sort of think of this as Gohan using the feeling that he used to get when he saw Piccolo in danger, his father in danger. All of these instances of Gohan blowing up, you can sort of think of the fuel for the ultimate state as the feeling that he used to get whenever he would have these adrenaline boosts, whenever he would see someone in danger. His ability to tap into his power via rage has always been a separate ability to the Super Saiyan transformation. They're very, very similar, but it's not the same thing. What Toriyama did here is he took what Gohan used to tap into his power, which is essentially his fight or flight reflexes, his survival instincts, just the anger that he's always felt prior to be able to tap into his power even before he became a Super Saiyan. He's essentially using his personal instincts, the anger that he's always felt whenever he taps into his power and blows up and attacks the threat to whoever he wants to protect through his inner beast, so to speak. That's essentially what this is. The ultimate state is just Gohan using what he has always used to tap into his latent potential, and that is the feeling he got whenever he saw Goku in danger for the first time, Piccolo in danger for the first time. That is what fuels the ultimate state. So essentially what Akira Toriyama did is he took the old Kai and he had him unlock his latent potential. Basically, he doesn't have to train to be able to tap into his latent potential like he used to whenever he went through this endless cycle of training and then tapping into more power through rage or his instincts, training and then tapping into more power through rage or his instincts. Instead of like repeating this endless cycle, he's now had his potential completely unlocked to where when he feels this feeling that he's emulating, that he used to feel as a kid whenever he saw Goku or anyone else in danger, he's just taking advantage of that to tap into his latent power. So this form is catered to Gohan as a person and what has always made him special. So the ultimate state, whether or not you consider it a transformation, I guess is kind of up in the air, because Dragon Ball Super Hero did kind of expand on this a little bit, because rather than talking about Gohan using rage specifically to tap into his latent power, Piccolo keeps referring to it as his inner instincts, like his personal instincts. I need to awaken his battle instincts is what he says in the film. So this form plays on Gohan's personal instincts. It plays on what fuels Gohan as a warrior, and it does actually change his looks a little bit. It makes him look more like a fighter when he becomes Ultimate Gohan. It's almost as if his inner instincts, who he actually is on the inside when his instincts are activated, it makes him a totally different person than who he was before. It's almost like he has two sides to his personality, which we kind of kind of got to see in the Cell Saga, we kind of got to see that a little bit whenever Gohan lost himself to Super Saiyan 2. We kind of got to see that he has like a split personality in the sense that whenever he's in a state where his battle instincts have full control, he just acts like a completely different person. And the rage he feels is very, very similar to the rage that triggers Super Saiyan. We know this due to the fact that Gohan became a Super Saiyan 2 in the Cell Saga. And in Dragon Ball Super, they expand on the difference between what Gohan is doing here and what they do in Super Saiyan a little bit more, because there's an actual technique behind becoming a Super Saiyan. Don't forget that Super Saiyan is a mutation. And in Dragon Ball Super, whenever Gohan is fighting Kefla, he specifies that he is going to evolve down his own path. I know in the manga it says evolve as a human, but that's actually a mistranslation. He says he's going to evolve in his own way or down his own path as an individual. And what makes Saiyans evolve, what's always made them evolve, is their heart. When their heart starts pumping, they become a great ape, they become a Super Saiyan. The heart is what's always caused Saiyans to mutate. We also saw that with Bardock in the Dragon Ball Super manga. And so, by taking advantage of this effect that Gohan can have without the Super Saiyan mutation or without the Super Saiyan technique, he can literally evolve using his own path, using his own method. And so he's taking advantage of his ability to evolve through these rage boosts. And he's also had the help of the old Kai in the sense of having his potential unlocked, allowing him to reach heights he never thought possible and literally evolve as a being in his own way. And one of the, if you really want to kind of have something to separate Super Saiyan from the Ultimate State in terms of its effect on Gohan's personality, a great way to do that is just to compare the instance of Gohan in Super Saiyan to the instance of Gohan in his Ultimate State. Gohan in Super Saiyan felt justified in doing what he was doing due to the righteous anger that Super Saiyan caused. And in the Ultimate State's case, he's angry, but he's also ridiculously cocky. So that righteous sense of justice is sort of gone, which is something that the Super Saiyan forms always sort of represented, especially with Gohan and Goku, righteous sense of karmic justice. That's sort of void in Gohan's Ultimate State, and instead he's just extremely cocky, almost very Saiyan-like in the sense that, you know, it's sort of removed from the righteous effect that Super Saiyan has on Gohan's personality. It's more about just being a cocky, destructive force of nature, and it's sort of representative of Gohan's second nature with the righteous anger of Super Saiyan removed from the equation. And that's the reason that Piccolo is such an important character in terms of controlling this effect for Gohan. Not just the effect that Super Saiyan has on him, but also the effect that the Ultimate State has on him, because Gohan needs to control himself through the effect that his instincts have on his personality. So when the old Kai unlocked Gohan's potential, he literally unlocked it. We have no idea what his actual limit is in terms of the depths of the beyond effect that the old Kai had on Gohan, and they play on that in both instances of Gohan getting stronger than ever against Kefla, and also being able to eventually work his way up to facing Gamma 1. Essentially, the more Gohan ingrains himself into his battle instincts, he gets stronger and stronger and stronger. We have no clue what the limit or the cap of the old Kai's effect on Gohan actually is. So essentially what's happening here is Gohan is using that rage. It's very, very similar to the Super Saiyan transformation, and he's in a suspended state of his instincts and his rage, but he is not using the same technique that they use to become a Super Saiyan. He's just allowing his feelings and his instincts to basically draw out all of his inner potential rather than using the technique specifically that they use to become a Super Saiyan. In a sense, he is firing it up like Super Saiyan, but in another sense, he's not. The form is fueled by rage, but it's void of that technique that they use to become Super Saiyan. Which is why Gohan, I guess, felt in Dragon Ball Super that he had the opportunity to work on a new transformation, a new form that was separate from Super Saiyan, because he had figured out in the Buu Saga that he could tap into more potential than ever through this method rather than Super Saiyan. This method has always drawn out more power than the Super Saiyan transformation for Gohan. So, of course, he would be confident in the idea that he could create some new transformation that could surpass everyone, because he's seen evidence of that. And the fact that the old Kai unlocked his potential beyond his normal limits suggests that the amount of energy that Gohan can bring out as a mutant through this technique is just up in the air. We don't know exactly how much hidden potential he has at this point, because the old Kai essentially unlocked his potential to the point that it was way beyond his normal capabilities. So essentially, not only does this form take advantage of Gohan's ability to tap into his latent power, but the fact that the old Kai unlocked his potential basically makes him almost limitless, in the sense that we have no clue just how much potential or just how much latent power is unlocked by the old Kai. If it goes beyond his latent potential, and he already had the most potential out of any character in the Dragon Ball series, then he has a ridiculous amount of power hidden inside. Whether or not the ultimate state is a transformation, I guess, is kind of up to you. I just consider it Gohan using his instincts to tap into his latent power, but I do think people tend to look at it as a transformation simply for the fact that he transforms from Super Saiyan to his ultimate state in Dragon Ball Super. But the reason for that is because, again, he's not using the technique that they use to become a Super Saiyan. He's using his ability to just naturally draw out all of his latent potential through anger. So that makes it a little bit different. I mean, if you want to consider it a form because he goes from Super Saiyan to his ultimate state, that's cool. But to me, I see it a little bit differently. I just see it as a different route of power that Gohan is taking advantage of. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.